Hello, people of New World. It's me, Lamani, and welcome back to the channel and happy season 1 day. And I'm going to be talking to you about how we can make some crazy gold starting on maybe day 1. And this all depends on the mutator schedule, but this will still be a very, very, very potent source of gold if you start farming up these materials, prepping, and getting these crafted. So what are we doing? Well, 1, we have infused human coatings, and these are going to be available at 158 Arcana skill on day 1 of season 1. Now, the reason I want to talk about these are people are more likely to use coatings over the second option that we'll talk about, because think about when Empyrean Forge has a mutator week, okay? Nobody in the game has run it yet, meaning every single person that wants to push their codex is going to be running from M1 all the way to M10. Now, what I will say is that could be as early as season 1, day 1, depending on how they adjust the mutator schedule. Otherwise, it will be the following week. So you have some options here. Option 1, you start grabbing whatever materials you can get. Here are your offensive options. You have Salamander Slime, Lightning Beetle, Wings, Blight Moth Duster, Piranha Teeth. And then you have your Death reagents, which are all of these. You can view them here. And then you have your Water reagents, which are all of these. Now, what I will say is each of these individual materials, you could start farming and selling or even prepping, and I wouldn't sell them right away, but you could sell them as soon as you have a mutated expedition week that includes Empyrean Forge. Because if you look at anything, if you look at gems, if you even look at the materials that are used like quints to craft said gems, all of those go up that week of the mutator. So you shouldn't sell them before. You should sell this stuff when Empyrean Forge is mutated. So when we're looking at coatings, that is an option. So you could grab all the individual materials and sell them. Alternatively, you could gather everything you'd need and you can craft these coatings yourself. What I would suggest is if you're going for this, you should use probably Blight Moth Dust or Piranha Teeth if you can get them cheap. It really just depends on which one of these 3 you can get the cheapest, because this is going to be the most difficult one. The other thing, for death reagents, I would highly recommend just getting a bunch of death motes, and then you can turn them into death essences or even death quints, depending on how pricey you want to be and how much you want to put into it. The bonus is that we can bonus proc, right? So you can get death motes, turn them into death wisps, essences, and then quints, and all have those bonus proc chances so that we can then bonus proc even more coatings in the long run. We then can also do the same thing with our water reagents and just do it with water motes. The beauty of it is if we can bonus proc and hold until the mutated week, we just have more to sell. But with the coatings, like I was saying, so many people will run from 1 to 10, and I guarantee you even in 1s, people are trying to use the top tier coatings so they can push through it the fastest. So this will be your most lucrative gold source. Now, the alternative. These are a little bit more of a niche market. If we look at infused human ward potions, you can do pretty much the same thing. Now, the caveat to this is that we can only use earth shell tails or spinefish fins, so these can get a little pricey. But with death reagents and spirit, we have the same idea where we can take death motes and flip them into quints with all those bonus proc chances so that we can use them to get even more bonus procs. These ward potions, they will not be used in the same way that a coating will, right? When we're running these coatings, like I was saying, you run from M1 to M10 using coatings guaranteed. The ward potions, these will start being really important in that M10 scene. So especially for the people who want to start speedrunning in that first week, you will be able to sell these. And generally you can sell them at a higher price than you can a coating. You just might need a little bit more time to flip it. So just like the coatings, either grab these materials, grab any of these, honestly, even the little things, especially the motes. These will net you a ton of money as soon as Empyrean Forge is mutated. What I'll also recommend is for either the coatings or the ward potions, feel free to jump down a tier. I think with the infused human ward potions that it's going to be best to go for the infused T5 version. But for coatings, you could probably get away with doing strongs or powerfuls as well to make money, and you wouldn't have as pricey of a material. So you could craft any of these tiers and I guarantee you people will be buying them. But for the top of the top, the rich of the rich, they're going to be going for the infused. That's my tip for making gold on day 1. I hope this helps you. I hope this gives you a little bit of guidance, and I hope you enjoy playing the game. Welcome back. If you haven't played in a little while, but as always, if you need anything, let me know. Feel free to message me on Discord. Hit the Icy Veins guides. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And thank you to every single one of you beautiful people for being you. Peace.